Hi everyone, welcome to the Tuesday's edition of ShagalinkuTv. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari and it's good to be here with you all. Yes, you can see we're streaming live from Abuja and all the way from Sheraton Hotel. We're just live here and doing the Tuesday's edition. It's a bumper package because we'll be interviewing a few guests around the world who are here to be doing the PACJA, the Road to COP conference holding in Sheraton Hotel, Abuja, and a lot is being discussed here, and it's all about environment, it's all about climate change and how we can have sustainable growth. Once again, my name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. We'll start off the show by having a short interview with Mr. Muthinga Wenda. He's the executive director of PACJA, and he'll be telling us a few things, and then when we come back from that, some more interviews lined up. Once again, stay tuned and welcome to the Tuesday's edition of Shagalinku.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be in the land of Oga, and my name is Mithika Mwenda, the executive director of the Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance. This is a consortium of African civil society organizations drawn from diverse backgrounds, smallholder producers, that is like smallholder farmers, pastoralist communities, indigenous people, youth organizations, CBOs, women organizations, faith-based organizations, foundations, and what have you. We are brought together to advance the notion of climate justice, that is, amplifying the voices of the people at the front line of climate crisis, as I have mentioned, and ensuring that we bring their voices into fore in international dialogue on climate crisis and even interventions thereof. As you may be aware, so we are a facilitator of conversations. We come together, we bring people together, like here in Nigeria, we have a COP, Road to COP dialogue. That is a meeting in the preparation of the forthcoming UNFCCC meetings, which are going to be held in Glasgow, United Kingdom in November. And what we have come to do is to build consensus, to strategize, to put our heads together, so that we come up with common strategies on the mobilization, on the kind of positions, on our voices, and how we are going to approach the global community during these very important dialogues in UK. Africa, according to the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that's a scientific body which advises governments on the global warming issues of climate change. So they are predicted that things are going to be worse and worse, and worse still is for the African continent, which is going to be more impacted by these impacts of climate change. And so we are the most vulnerable because of our, vulnerability. We are poor, and that puts us at disadvantage when it comes to adaptation and the building resilience, apart from other countries which have got the resources wherewithal to absorb this impact. And secondly, we are vulnerable, and we actually face the worst consequences, yet we did not contribute to this problem of global warming. So actually it's a contradiction that the people who bear the least responsibility are going to be impacted mostly by the problem they have not caused. We are doing like hosting this kind of conversation, building consensus, talking with governments, intergovernmental institutions like the African Union, the UN Economic Commission for Africa, the African Group of Negotiators, UNEP Regional Office for Africa, Africa Ministers Conference on the Environment, the ECOWAS and the other regional economic blocs, trying to tell them that we can only be stronger if we work together. and we want to have a very strong African voice, and this can only be done if we are able to bring ourselves together. This is the beginning of that journey in the countdown. You know, we are in July, so we have a number of months where we are building this momentum, and in the next couple of months, by September, we are going to have the largest meeting bringing together all these stakeholders. It's the Climate Change and Development in Africa Conference, to be held in Glasgow. In Cape Verde, in West Africa. That island. And what we are going to be doing is to come up together with the African position towards the COP26. For us in Africa, we know where we are, and we have the continent which faces the worst impact. We are fighting for the recognition of the special circumstances, recognition in the United Nations, and that is the voice we are going to be taking there. We cannot achieve that as a fragmented continent. We need to put our heads together. That's gone, that there is a movement towards that, led by the Committee of Heads of States and Governments on Climate Change, under the leadership of the African Union. We are going to be in Cape Verde. The African group of negotiators, we are going to be in Cape Verde. The African Ministerial Conference on the Environment, we are built towards Cape Verde. The UN Economic Commission for Africa, and all others, we are going to be there. I'm sure that we are going to approach COP26 as the most unified region, and that way, I have no doubt we are going to secure the future for our children and the children of our children.
All right, welcome back, and thank you, Mr. Methika Mwenda, for that very incisive one. And yes, we'll go on to the next guest that we'll be interviewing. But let me also say that our programs come every Tuesdays and Saturdays, 2 p.m. West African time. Please do like all our social media handles, and on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, it is at ShagalinkuTv. And do also subscribe to our YouTube channel at ShagalinkuTV, and click the notification button so that every time we come on air, you'll get a notification. Okay, let's take this break now and have our next guest. We'll have a couple of guests across the African continent and also across the globe, and then we'll be wrapping up the show. It's a special edition. We're trying to do a compilation of the Road to COP26 conference holding here in Abuja, and this is a special edition for it because we're right here in Abuja, and also doing all the talkings and everything. So just hang on. You also get a few excerpts here and there of some of the programs and some of the presenters and some of the things they've said. You just get a few excerpts here and there. Don't go nowhere. Let's enjoy the next speaker.
My name is Ahmed Fathi. I'm founder of YME Foundation. I'm from Egypt. Nigeria is so nice, welcome, clean, and green. I like the country, and it's a good experience for me after visiting many countries in Africa and meeting many people, and I love all Africans. And now we are here to attend for preparing the road to COP26. It's very, very important meeting as PACJA doing every year and preparing for the COP, because PACJA is about Africa civil society and COP. So I trust with my colleagues we discuss and talk and listen from each NGO we are attending and making group discussions to listen what we need and how we can make our needs happen. It is good, and Abuja team helped us so well and welcomed us like this nice coffee. And it will be good experience for sure. We will remember these days when we go to Glasgow at UK to attend the COP, and our decisions and our thinking and strategic plan will come with us. We don't well leave anyone without saying advice. Always doing well during this COP or during the climate change crisis. We had a very good and strong negotiation team. They are working and attending many meetings for preparing for the COP, and always we talk and we discuss that Africa is didn't get any carbon, less carbon, but she pay a lot of for that.
Yeah.
So Africa need more and more investment, need renewable energy, need energy in many countries, they need energy, electricity, and for sure by discussing and talking and invite people to invest in Africa, Africa will grow and grow and grow, and the future for Africa, and I'm proud to be African. As you see in our meeting, we do a lot about gender. The stage where 3 women and 1 man, so it is the equality of gender, the first one. And second, we encourage local community to go inside the crisis of climate change and try to change some habits in our nature and our planet, and ask also the industry to help local community to get more from what they are planting and to save our planet. And for sure we will do one day, and till this day we are fighting, we are Africans, so we are proud.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. This is still the Tuesday's edition of Shagalinku, and it's still with yours sincerely, Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. And well, we'll go on next to have Mrs. Chioma from the Federal Ministry of Environment. She was also on a panel where they talked about how prepared Nigeria and Africa is, and she talked about how they've been going to the regions in Nigeria to do sensitization and also see how each region can make their inputs in the documents that they will be taking to COP26. Yes, in Glasgow. Yeah, quite a jawbreaker. Anyway, let's have some of the things Mrs. Chioma talked about at the first day of the program this morning, and then we'll come back and have the next guest, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Don't go nowhere.
Has submitted an interim report, which has also been published in the website of the United Framework Convention on Climate Change. We have also finalized Nigeria's revised NDC, which is currently awaiting the FAC approval before submitting it to United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change for synthesis publication before the COP. So in the recent submitted NDC, we are super excited because the NDC was widely owned by stakeholders. All relevant stakeholders have also been consulted. We have had engagement with the private sectors. We have engagement with the youth. We had engagement with MPAs, who are solely responsible for implementation of the Nigerian NDC. We also had engagement with civil society organizations. We've held a lot of regional meetings with the civil society organization. We are holding the meeting with the South tomorrow in Port Harcourt. So we will say that the NDC has reflected the objectives of why we took it to Paris in 2015. Nigeria is also very ambitious in the new NDC. We have integrated a lot of activities in the new NDC that wasn't there in 2015. We have expanded the scope. We have also expanded the sector plans, the sectors. In 2015 we had 5 sectors. In the recent time we are having 7 sectors, which we have inclusion of the 2 sectors, which is the waste and the water sector. We have also integrated a lot of elements. We have also mainstream gender. We did vulnerability mapping. We also did green job assessment. We did just transition. We did also the clean cooking, and we also integrated issues of forestry. So we are happy the NDC is very rich, it's very ambitious, and we're happy to take it to COP26. So on behalf of the acting director, I welcome you all, and also urge you all to have a common voice that will be very impactful for Nigeria as we move to COP26 in Glasgow. Thank you, and God bless you all.
It's still a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, and yes, the program is ShagalinkuTv, Yes, if you have feedbacks for us, whatever you think we can do to make the program better, our email is shagalinkutv1@gmail.com. Keep your comments and your reviews. Do let us know what you think about the program, and we'll take it up from there. Okay, so our next guests will be discussing with still on the road to COP26 conference in preparations for Glasgow. We'll be talking with another guest who will be throwing more light on what is happening in Abuja right now at the program that is holding. So let's have the next guest, and then when we come back, we'll be wrapping up the show.
My name is Nasreen Saim. I'm from Sudan. I'm the chair of the U.S. Secretary General's Youth Advisory Group on Climate Change. I'm also the chair of Sudan Youth Organization on Climate Change. I've been a climate advocate since 2014. Actually, this is something that we are not facing anymore. The climate movement is growing. Our numbers is heavily increasing. Now we have a lot of numbers of young people joining the movement in their local communities, in their countries, in the regional level, or even in the international level. So I think we are going very much in good steps when it comes to young people and awareness with the climate change issues. So I'm here for Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance, PACJA, conference of road to COP26. And I think this is a very important preparation for our position as civil society for the COP, and also for the upcoming events that will happen before the COP even, on how to prepare the African continent to actually go to the negotiation sessions, and actually also to coordinate among the civil society of Africa on how are we going to be there, what is the events we will have, what is our position, and so on. Yeah, we have many issues that concerns the African continent in the first place, which is, for example, adaptation issues and finance issues and loss and damage issues. These are issues that are key for the African continent, and still we not reach a conclusion on it. And developed countries are still going around and having strict text that actually bind them to concrete outcomes that we want as African continent. And I guess this is one of the topics that we must keep hammering on until we actually reach our point. But now, in every discussion, we have to include gender. We have more women participating in the process of the negotiation than before, and I think our voices as young girls and young women are being heard more and more. And I think there is a lot of recognition around the communities, different communities and UN agencies, with the role of women and how climate change is particularly impacting gender in different spaces, in different areas. My advice will be never to compromise your rights. You have rights to have, and never compromise them. You have the right to education, you have the freedom to choose what you wear, you have the freedom to choose who to marry, you have the freedom to choose what to work, you have the freedom to choose where to live. You have all of the rights that you have, and never compromise any of them. And education, of course, is a very key, and as much you get higher in your education, you get more independent, because then you have a weapon that no one can take from you, which is your knowledge and the science inside of your head. Of course, getting a proper education will lead you to a proper job, and then it will lead you to financial independence, which is a very important step in taking your rights. So never compromise the rights you have.
Wow, how time flies. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been there for us, everyone who's watched this special episode of the program. Particularly, I want to thank Mr. Mithinga Mwenda, the Executive Director of PACJA, and to all the other delegates who took our time to share their experiences with us in spite of the very busy program that is going on right now. Thanks to everyone who watched, and to all the delegates who are here in Abuja, Nigeria. We say welcome to Nigeria, and we hope that you have some of our good delicacies here, and we hope you enjoy Abuja. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, urging you to stay blessed, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your time here. And on Saturday, we'll be looking at something very important as well. Our guest will be all the way from Kenya, Nairobi, and she'll be talking to us about her experience, her journey, her journey into the media world. She'll be talking about girl child education and a few things on how women are affected by climate change and all of that. It's an interview you don't want to miss. So from all of us here in Shagalinku, I want to say thank you for watching. And lastly, to Rosemary, we want to say thank you for being there for us. Thank you all, and see you all on Saturday, God willing. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye-bye.